Well, do you remember the viral dress controversy of 2015? I mean, there's been a lot of viral things since then. This is the blue and black dress, and other people were seeing, what, black and gold or gold and white?
Gold and white.
Gold and white. Yeah.
I saw black and blue.
I saw black and blue, too. I went and took a look at the picture and like, yeah, that was black and blue. Still is black and blue 8 years later.
I thought the whole world was punking me on that because I was like, it's a black and blue dress. And then there's other people who are like, no, it's not. And I'm like, are you... I even remember posting on Facebook, is everybody just making stuff up? Like, is everybody kind of in on this thing?
Yeah, are you being punked?
Are some of us just being punked? And apparently people just saw it differently. Yeah. And the dress the whole thing got super popular and everyone was talking about it. And like, it was from a wedding. Mm-hmm. It was a mother-in-law was wearing the dress at the wedding and someone had took a picture of it. And it was like, they saw it two different ways. But like the couple that got married ended up on Ellen and, you know, but then things kind of took a turn.
It didn't go down that happily ever after route. In that shocking turn of events, Keir Johnston, the Scottish man who gained fame for the viral dress controversy, the is it black and blue or gold and white dress, he's facing accusations of attempting to murder his wife. Yes, that wife. The 38-year-old resident of the Isle of Colonsay appeared in the High Court in Glasgow on Monday to face charges related to the incident. Keir Johnston had been charged with the attempted murder of his wife, Grace Johnston, following an alleged 11-year campaign of domestic violence and cohesive control. According to the accusations, these abusive acts culminated in Keir's attempt to kill his wife in March of last year. The prosecution claimed that he pinned her to the ground and compressed her neck. Denying all allegations brought against him, Keir refutes the accusations of repeatedly assaulting his wife at their home and the claims that he brandished a knife and attempted to strangle her. The charges against Keir encompass a series of incidents between April 2019 and March of 2022, including pushing Grace against a wall, shouting at her, and hitting at her. In one instance, Keir allegedly tried to gain access to a vehicle Grace was in and physically assaulted her through an open window. Additionally, it's alleged that Keir put his wife in a headlock and forcibly removed her from a pub after she refused to leave with him. The prosecution also asserts that Keir isolated Grace from her friends and family and closely monitored her finances, controlling her access to money. The Johnstons gained widespread attention from that dress. The story has taken that dark, tragic turn, with Keir Johnston facing serious charges related to the alleged attempt on his wife's life. The trial will continue as the prosecution presents evidence to support their case against Keir, while he maintains his innocence. The outcome of the trial will determine the future of Keir Johnston and the impact it will have on those who followed the viral dress controversy, which I don't think it'll have any impact on anybody who followed the viral dress controversy.
I think it has impact in that we're all like, what the hell?
Yeah. And what it may do is, if he does go to jail, very much like Alec Murdaugh, he'll get far more fan mail and love letters from random women just because he's connected with that dress. There'll be, and it's insane. And you think, well, how would someone write into someone who tried to kill his wife? Just look at...
Oh, my God, they do it all the time.
Look at every horrible human being in jail and their love letters that they get, from BTK to the alleged killer Brian Kohberger to the Alec Murdaugh ones that we've recently been looking at.
The most horrible people. And then, this story, like, you read all of this stuff that this guy, like, that was pretty bad stuff. And it's all classic abuser stuff.
100%. Yeah.
Down to the controlling her friends, like grabbing her out of a pub and dragging her out, controlling her money, her friends. But then somebody hears all that and then they're like, I'm going to write him a letter.
They do.
I'm kind of in love with that guy. Like Brian Kohberger. How can anybody be like, I'm writing that guy?
Or Murdaugh.
None of that's a deal breaker.
None. No, well, I mean, it's a very sad state of affairs for someone who is in that position. Very much, I think, looking at it as, well, I don't have the self-confidence to get into a relationship with anybody out here because I may be too fragile, or I may not be able to handle that, or whatever it may be, whatever reason is going through their head that they can't do that, they view the idea of having this relationship with someone behind bars as a little more attractive, because it kind of takes all of that out of the equation. And if they're so low self-esteem, so low in confidence in all that's actually more of an ideal relationship than having to actually go through the motions of a relationship. Yep. If you're just writing back and forth.
And he's in jail, so he can be consumed by the thought of you 24/7 because he doesn't have anything else to think about.
And I can guarantee both of them, as Robin Dreek would say, are wound collectors. And they can commiserate on that, where it's everybody's fault but their own, and everybody did them wrong, and it wasn't anything to do with them on every aspect of their life. And two people who have that mindset together that can commiserate, well, that makes for a real happy relationship. At least for a little while it does. And then they start kind of going against each other.
Because for the person who's incarcerated, like, remember Susan Smith, who killed her 2 young boys, and she left them in a car and put the car in drive, and the car went into a lake. It's horrific. And then she blamed it on a black man. She's made it up. But like, she's in prison and she has all these guys who write to her and they send her money. Yeah. So she's getting money put in her account all the time. So for her, like, of course you'd want to find some guys, so for anybody in prison, man, you want to be writing to those women. So they're going to be sending you some money so you can get whatever you want from the little commissary or whatever it's called.
Exploring any option that you have when you have next to none in prison, you're going to do that. So interesting, scary, horrible story, but now you know the rest of the story about the blue and black dress from 2015.
You're locked into the Hidden Killers podcast.
Want more? Start binging on all of our true crime podcasts right now through Apple Podcasts and get an ad-free experience when you sign up to be a True Crime Today Premium Plus member exclusively on Apple Podcasts.
More of the Hidden Killers podcast dropping soon.
Press subscribe now.
You're consuming the Hidden Killers podcast.
Want more? Start binging on all of our true crime podcasts right now through Apple Podcasts and get an ad-free experience when you sign up to be a True Crime Today Premium Plus member exclusively on Apple Podcasts.
More of the Hidden Killers podcast dropping soon.
Press subscribe now.